Hello everybody, my name is Smarty, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read chapter 10. No, I'm pretty sure it's like chapter 12, but yeah, chapter 12 of In Business with Mallory. It's called Counting Sheep. Let's begin. I turn onto my right side. I roll over onto my left. I lay on my back, close my eyes, and breathe deeply. I even try counting sheep, but no matter what I do, I can't fall asleep. I pick up Cheeseburger and go upstairs to Mom and Dad's room. I don't feel so good, I say when I walk into their room. Mom sits up in bed and feels my head. You don't have a fever, she says. Does your throat hurt? Asks Dad. I touch my throat. No, I tell Dad. My throat doesn't hurt. Is your nose stuffy? Asks Mom. I sniffle and shake my head. My nose isn't stuffy either. Mom and Dad look at each other. What do you think it is? Asks Dad. I push my stomach in a few places. It must be my stomach, I tell my parents. Maybe I ate too much Mexican food. Dad shakes his head. I doubt that's it. You barely touch your dinner. Is anything bothering you? I shrug my shoulders. Nothing is bothering me. Usually when I can't sleep, it's because I've got something on my mind, says Mom. Maybe you've got something on your mind. I sit down on the bed. The only thing on my mind is going to sleep. Dad pats my head. If that's the case, you need to get back in bed. You need to get back to bed. He kisses me on my forehead. You'll be fine. I stand up and start walking down the stairs, but I don't feel like I'm fine, and I don't think getting back into bed will help. I turn around and go back into my parents' room. I guess I do have something in my mind. Dad pats the bed. Why don't you sit down and tell us about it? I sit down between Mom and Dad. I look down at the bed. I feel bad about the card I gave Max. I feel like it wasn't a very good birthday present. I wait for Mom and Dad to say something, but they don't, so I keep talking. I should have used some of the money I made from the salon to get him a real present. Mom looks at me like she thinks I should have too. Mallory, how would you have felt if Max didn't give you a present on your birthday? Then in the bottom, there's Mallory sitting between her mom and her dad. I love getting presents, especially on my birthday. Not so good, I mumble. But there's more to it than that. I try to explain to my parents so my parents will understand. I wanted to get Max a present, but then Marianne and I had the salon and we made enough money to buy the purse, and I felt like she would be really upset if I didn't get the purse. I didn't know what to do. Do you think you made the right decision? I think Mom already knows my answer, but I shake my head no anyway. Even though Mom thinks I made the wrong decision, I don't want her to think it was an easy one to make. It was hard to make the right decision, but when I was making it, Marianne reminded me that Max can be really mean to me sometimes. I agree with Marianne, says Mom. I look up at Mom. You do? I can't believe Mom agrees with Marianne. She almost never agrees with her. Yes, says Max. Yes, says Mom. Max should be nicer, but two wrongs don't make a right. Huh? I say. Mom's math makes no sense to me. What I mean is that if Max does something wrong, it's not okay for you to do something wrong too. Mom has on her teacher face. If someone does something to you that you don't like, it doesn't make it right for you to do something they might not like back. Do you understand? I nod my head. I get what you're saying. Then I stop nodding. It's not just that I feel bad about not getting Max a present, but something else is bothering me too. Dad looks surprised. Mallory, what is it? He asks. I take a deep breath. It's a lot of things, and I tell them all to Mom and Dad. I was really excited to get the purse, and now that I have it, it's not as great as I thought it would be. I couldn't take it to school. It wasn't fun to take it to the restaurant. I didn't get a present for Max because I got the purse instead, and Joey's upset because I haven't played with him for a long time because I've been busy trying to buy the purse. I was really excited to have the same purse as Marianne. We always like having the same things, and she loves having it. But I don't think it's been much fun. When I finish talking, Dad starts. Maybe you and Marianne don't always like having the same things, says Dad. Maybe you just like having the same things some of the time. You're two different people, and you have to do what works for you. I don't say a word, but I know what Dad says is true. He keeps talking. As for Joey, he's a good friend. I bet if you explain things to him, he'll understand. I nod my head. I'm sure Joey will understand. Lately, I think he's been a better friend to me than I've been to him. I looked down at my hands. What about Max? I let Marianne talk me into not getting him a present, and now I feel awful about it. Dad tilts my chin up so I'm looking at him in the eyes. Mallory, you have a brother and Marianne doesn't. It's probably hard for her to understand how you feel about having a brother because she's never had one. I never thought of that, I say to Dad. I hang my head. Mallory, says Dad, life is full of decisions. Sometimes making them is complicated. No one can make your decisions for you. As you get older, it's up to you to make good decisions. Even though I love getting older, there are parts of it that aren't so much fun. I feel like I've made some bad decisions and there's nothing I can do about it. Mallory, says Mom, you can't take the purse back, but there are lots of nice things you can do for Max. And I'm sure you can find a way to patch things up with Joey. And then in the corner, there's Mallory with her head hanging. Why don't you give it some thought? And I'm sure you'll come up with something. I'll try, I tell Mom. I scoop up cheeseburger and kiss my parents goodnight and go back downstairs into my room. When I get into my room, I make a wish. I wish my brain will think of something nice to do for Max and Joey. That's the end of that chapter. I'll see you next time when I read The Perfect Present. Bye, everyone.